It will work out. I will make sure of it. You'll see. You'll see. You see, you take things in your own hands, push against it, and you push against it until it's upright. And you stick to the plan.
When you fall in love with the process of what you want to do, and that's with anything, that's not just basketball, that's whatever you guys are aspiring to do, you have to fall in love with the process. The end result will happen organically, and it'll make it so much more worth your while when you fall in love with the process, okay? Like, don't cheat the process. Don't cut corners. Fall in love with the process, and everything else will take care of itself. So that's what I've been able to do for my career. That's my words of advice to all you guys, the process.
You rarely enjoy the process until you reach the goal. And that's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. That's reality pushing you toward achieving the goal. You're not supposed to enjoy everything. You need a bit of suffering to appreciate the periods of peace. If you were happy all the time, it would become normal to you. Happiness would stop making sense. All true happiness stems from a perspective of previous sadness. In other words, the journey and the destination are inseparable.
The universe loves grateful people. The more grateful you are, the more you get to be grateful about. It's that simple. What you give out in life is what comes back to you. So if you're giving out a feeling of I'm okay, I'm good enough as I am, and I am acceptable, and I love life and I love me, and you start having gratitude for yourself and for life, then life treats you differently because you are having a different vibration that you're giving out and getting back. And that's when things really start to flow.
The process is the prize. The pursuit of becoming is the prize. Once you achieve that which you wanted to achieve, you will look back at the process and realize that who you became in that season was a lot better than what you achieved.
Because you cannot lose when it's your time to win.
I asked for strength, and God gave me difficulties to make me strong. I asked for wisdom, and God gave me problems to solve. I asked for courage, and God gave me dangers to overcome. I asked for love, and God gave me troubled people to help. My prayers were answered.
What if everything that you think is falling apart in your life is actually helping things fall into place? Plans don't work out, opportunities seem to disappear, and it's easy to think, why me? What if the obstacles you're facing are there to redirect you? What if they're pushing you towards something that is greater than you could ever imagine? Think about it. What if that job that you didn't get was keeping you from something that was going to drain you of your energy? Or that relationship that has ended that has now freed you to focus on your purpose? Trust the process. Just because things don't seem like they're working out now doesn't mean that they never will. Sometimes the things that fall apart and are not in your life anymore are the things that were holding you back. And eventually you're going to look back and look at all those wrong turns and realize those were exactly what you needed to get you where you needed to be. So next time when something goes wrong, instead of feeling defeated, ask yourself, what is this preparing me for? There's purpose in the pain. What feels like a loss now is often just a setup for a win in the future.
I've got a good question for you. Is the best you can do all you can do? And the answer is no. Go where the demands are high. Go where the expectations are strong, so that it'll provoke you, push you, urgently insist that you not remain the same for the next couple of years, the next 5 years, that you'll grow and change. And here's why. The greatest value in life is not what you get. The greatest value in life is what you become.
And you're gonna have a lot of opportunities in life where you're gonna think to yourself, is it worth it? Is the effort worth it? Is the hours you put in worth it? You're not seeing much progress, but you're putting in pain. But you see people on the internet, they're enjoying their life. It looks like everybody's winning but you. In those moments, you gotta remind yourself it's a process. And when you make it to the destination, you won't be happy you made it there. You'll be happy that you went through that process that helped you get there.
Eliminate the outcome. Stop being driven by rewards. Stop being driven by outcomes. Stop being driven by, if I get this, I'm gonna do this. Just work. And if you don't get what you thought you were gonna get, show up and still go to work.
It might take you 2 decades. It doesn't mean yours is any less valuable. The comparison, man, is the thief of joy. So just lock in, man, enjoy that process, and that destination is gonna be so much sweeter.
It's not what you get that makes you valuable. It's what you become. So part of the key here is to set the kind of goals that will make something of you. Don't set them too low so that you don't have to grow and you don't have to read and you don't have to try and you don't have to stretch. Don't set them too low. And then don't sell out. Don't go for something that's going to cost you your virtue or cost you your values or sell out your principles. There's a good middle road here to follow. Goals that will inspire, goals that will help you grow, change, develop, and become better than you are.
And you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and then you're gonna win.
To succeed, you must fail. In failure and in suffering, all the answers are in there.
Life without those challenges, it's just existence. Don't just exist. Go live.
You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. If you don't fail, you're not even trying.
Now, the only place to go from failure is to win. You have to achieve failure. You have to take it that far. We did not come this far to just break down and lose now. I'm a winner. I'm going to win.
If you woke up tomorrow to a business making you $100K a month, would you know how to maintain it? If you woke up tomorrow to the dream body that you want, that dream body that you want to achieve, the big muscles, the six-pack, would you know how to maintain it? How much longer would you keep that body? Everybody wants everything now. Everybody wants quick results. Nobody wants to do the work that comes behind it. Nobody wants to do the work behind that 100K business. Nobody wants to do the work behind that perfect physique. Nobody's ready for the heartbreaks. Nobody's ready for the failure. If you're not willing to go through adversity, you're not going to become that person that you want to become.
If you really want to do something and believe in it, you have to keep at it. And don't give up. Yeah, you're afraid you're going to fail, but you'll fail if you never try. You'll never know what you could have accomplished. And we don't worry about any part of it anymore. The next thing we need, the next thing we have to have in our business or whatever it is, you don't worry about how it's going to happen, where the money's going to come from. You don't worry about any of that. We just put it out, and then we said we just sit back and watch the magic. They will do things in ways you could never, ever imagine.
You have to lose your fear of failure. Failure is a part of the process. People who never fail, never try. You have to fail. You got to get it wrong to get it right.
The universe only gives us what we think we're worthy of receiving. So then people who show up for themselves every day, they start feeling pretty damn worthy. Like they're like, I'm worthy for this. Not like an entitlement way, like something. They just like, I feel like it's going to happen. I'm worthy for it.
You're not ready for what you want until you believe you can get it. All things are possible if you believe.
And you get it when you believe it. You get it when you believe you have it. And that's the key. It's like people still, they sit around going, when's it going to come? 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 And that's the wrong way. You have to go, it's here, it's here, it's here.
Being committed to it, and what commitment is staying true to what you said you were going to do long after the mood that you have set it in has left. You see, people think commitment is saying, yes, I'll do it on the days when it feels good. But I have been committed to everything that I ever started in my life, and I never stopped and I never quit it. And so by being committed to everything that I started, I finished it. It built a certain type of spirit. It built a certain type of mentality. It built a certain type of individual. And so now I couldn't quit even if I wanted to. I couldn't lay in the bed even if I wanted to. I couldn't stop even if I wanted to. I had too much sweat equity in my life and everything that I was doing. Because I understood my existence wasn't about me. I went from me to we a long time ago. I understood the process is more important than the product. It wasn't about the outcome for me. Whether I made it to the NFL or not, that was inconsequential in God's plan for my life. But I was going to fall in love with that process because I understood by falling in love with that process, it was going to turn me into a machine.
Sometimes when you're in a dark place, you think you've been buried, but actually, you've been planted.
Either this gonna work or I'ma die trying. There's no going back. There's no going back. There's no other options. What else am I supposed to do?
He said, why don't you set a goal to become a millionaire? I'm 25 years old. He said, this is America, land of opportunity. Why don't you set a goal to become a millionaire? And then he said, for what it will make of you to achieve it. And I thought, wow, that's a whole different philosophy. Set a goal to become a millionaire for the person you have to become in order to be worth $1 million. Then he said, once you've become a millionaire, you give the money away because what's important is not what you got, but the person you became. And I got the message.
Chill out. Just chill out. Embrace the process. You say, Dwayne, what process? Life. Embrace the journey and the process of life. But if you will patiently embrace the process, you can be a man that you're proud of.
Process over results. You gotta fall in love with the process. And it's true of everything.
Right.
You know, the more you're in it for the process, for the right reasons, then the results, which you care about, become less mission critical. You're doing it to become better at the thing that you care about.
Right.
And I think that's super important, you know, for the mastery of craft. It's not about what happens because of the thing. It's the thing itself that matters. So can you find that thing in your life that matters so much that it's more important than where it takes you? Whether you're doing it through athletics or through something creative or through business or through family, they're all just vehicles for that growth journey.
Being more driven by the process more than the actual ending goal. And then just trying to be great or as great as you can. Be squeezing as much juice out of yourself as you can and doing it because you're doing it for the love of the process and not what it brings, not what the sport brings you.
Process over outcome.
Yeah.
So many, whether you're a 7-year-old or 14-year-old, 25-year-old, sometimes we get carried with the outcome.
Right.
But it's a process that leads to an outcome. And if you start looking at the outcome, you lose sight of the process.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why losing in life is so important. Whether it's getting dumped, getting fired, losing a game, loss. Those feelings where things didn't work out your way, that's important because it lets you know this is the bad feeling that comes when it goes wrong and you improve, and then it makes the good feelings of victory all the better.
To succeed, you must fail. In failure and in suffering, all the answers are in there. All the answers to all the test questions. The test is your life. All the answers are in there. You don't have to live in suffering and pain and failure all the time. You have to learn, I need to visit it. Visit suffering 1 hour a day. Visit your past failures 1 hour a day. The relationship with it is the answers are in there.
If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. My wife told me this great expression. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
You can't stop. You can't quit. You can't say, I'm a failure. You're not a failure. You're not. You're a wonderful, strong, intelligent youngster. Take advantage of that. Trust in God. Trust in yourself and step forward. Put one foot in front of another. You don't have to have a doctorate or a PhD or a master's degree. What you have to have is determination. You have to have an inner will to get things done. You have to have a desire, and I know the desire is there. So you can do it. I did it. You can do it.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but letting go doesn't mean you don't care. It means you trust more than you fear. You trust that life is intelligent. You trust that timing is real. You trust that if something is meant for you, your presence is enough. No more proving, no more fixing. Just showing up open and aware. See, letting go isn't passive. It's presence without attachment. And that's magnetic.
Winning is inherently about comparison. Comparison to others, and then you eventually get compared to yourself. That's why my goals are always about my own performance. The real race is always the same. It's me against my goals. You don't have to win the race. You just need to win your race. And winning your race means falling in love with the process, not the podium.
Trust the timing of your life. That is simply it. I firmly believe when you surrender to the timing of your life, magic unfolds. Magic happens. I have seen it. When I've released the reins, when I've said, okay, I'm co-captain, I'm still on the ship, but you've got a better plan than me, higher self, God, like, take over. And there's such a relief in that. And I've really been trying to embrace that because I'm in alignment. I'm doing all the right things. I know it. I'm doing my best every day, trying to, and when I don't, I apologize and I try better next time.
Now go out there and show me how you do things. Show me how you live. Show me how you fight.
You show you how I fight?
Yeah. Show me who you are.
You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose.
It's the only way to learn. You have to fail. Failure is a part of the process to becoming successful.
Failure gives you two choices. You stay down or you get up.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
You can't let your failures define you. You have to let your failures teach you.
And no matter what happens to you, it ain't over. It ain't over. Ain't no such a thing as over.
Always keep going. Always. And I've come to find out is that, no matter what happens, the storm eventually ends. And when the storm does end, you want to make sure that you're ready.
I know this is a cliche saying. People say fall in love with the journey, fall in love with the process. Yo, you actually have to do that. When you fall in love with the process of just getting 1% better every single day, oh my, your life is going to change, because now you are not focused at all on outcomes or destinations or getting to a certain place. You are focused on literally the day that you have right in front of you, making the most out of it. There's a saying, find 10 things to become 1% better at, not one thing to become 10% better at, right? So often we're trying to make these big jumps. Understand, it's about looking at your life and looking at all these different areas of your life and all these things that you want to start working on and becoming 1% better in each of those areas. One step in each of those areas. We don't need to take huge leaps and go great lengths every single day. It's one step at a time. One step at a time. When you have a goal to get 10,000 steps in a day, you don't say, dang, I gotta do it all right now. No, you understand that the whole day you're constantly taking steps, and all those little steps that you take at work, at the park, when you go out to eat, when you're getting out of your car, when you're walking into your house, when you're walking around your house, all those little steps are all accumulating to that 10,000, right? But you're not even focused on the 10,000. You're just focused on the step right in front of you. You're just focused on the task right in front of you. And organically, you just naturally get to that 10,000 step mark. It's the same in life. Let go of the destination. Let go of the outcome. And just focus on the process every single day. One step at a time.
The universe absolutely loves this energy from you. And it's the energy of someone who's not desperate, but certain. It's not when you hopelessly pray, please give me the love of my life. The universe loves when you decide that you're going to become the version of you that matches that. And you become so extremely trusting that it falls in your lap. And then the universe just looks at you and says, you finally realized that you're here on earth to co-create with me. So here you go.
If you feel like everything in your life is a mess right now and you can't clean it up, I'm just here to tell you to trust the process. I know every person online tells you the same thing, trust the process, this, yeah, whatever. But truthfully, the only way things are gonna get better is if you take a deep breath, go with the motion just like a tree deals with the storm. It's the same thing. Even when everything seems like it's not working out your way, it's gonna happen our way. And our way is how everything came to be. Nature's way. You got this.
Nothing happens too soon or too late. Everything falls into place. Just know, when a blessing comes, it's to elevate you. When a setback comes, it's to prepare you. And when a delay comes, it's to protect you. And remember, what's written for you will reach you exactly when it's meant to. So trust the process.
You're going to realize it one day. That happiness was never about your job or your degree or being in a relationship. Happiness was never about following in the footsteps of all of those who came before you. It was never about being like the others. One day you're going to see it. That happiness was always about the discovery.
If you awaken from this illusion and you understand that black implies white, self implies other, life implies death, or shall I say, death implies life, you can feel yourself not as a stranger in the world, not as something here on probation, not as something that has arrived here by fluke, but you can begin to feel your own existence as absolutely fundamental. What you are basically, deep, deep down, far, far in, is simply the fabric and structure of existence itself.
My entire life changed when I realized there is no amount of obsessing over something or trying to control it that's going to change whether or not it's meant for me. Like, the truth is, if it's good for me and if it's right, it will find me regardless, and I cannot mess that up. And the only thing that will mess it up is if I try too hard to resist it or control it. And it gets so much easier to stay detached when you can fully trust that.
If you genuinely believe in yourself, you are 75% already there towards your goals. Like, you will accomplish them. If you believe yourself, put in the work, it's done.
We all should think that we're great. There's no reason for you to not think that you're great. If you don't think you're great, ask yourself why. Why don't you think the highest of yourself? When you do, people have no choice but to follow suit.
I went from a very average thinking person, like just average 19-year-old, to I don't like reading. So I literally got on all these TED Talks, videos about self-belief and what does it mean to be confident and what does it mean to be a winner? How do you become a winner? And I taught myself how to believe in myself and how to think that I was greater than just this kid.
See yourself as high as you possibly can see yourself, right? Who do you see yourself as? And there's no right or wrong answer. Clarify and define your vision for yourself in the highest possible way that you can see it. Be specific and see yourself as high as you possibly can, right? That's your first job, is to see it as high as you can see it. Be delusional even.
Don't listen to anybody. Don't even listen to me. You already know what you need to do. It's in you. It's talking to you all the time. You downplay it because you think you're not experienced, or you know you're not experienced, so you're scared to listen to yourself. But you know you. Your soul knows you, and that's what you're listening to in your head. Trust it. Trust your gut. Go with your first instincts. You can't lose. Words are life. Speak things into existence and create your universe. Protect yourself with your words. The universe is listening.
You can do it. It's possible. Every goal is achievable. You can achieve it. Stop saying, oh, this goal is unrealistic or this goal is realistic. Everything is achievable. If you want to be the first person on Jupiter, you can be the first person on Jupiter. You can achieve it. I don't care how high the goal is, you can do it. If you don't change your goals, right? If you don't change your mentality, right? If you believe that God isn't capable of giving you these blessings, then He's not going to give you these blessings.
It's the most important quality you can develop is the quality of self-confidence. Self-confidence seems to go hand in hand, one in one, with all great success and happiness in life. In fact, if you had enough self-confidence, you would try anything. You would do anything. You would persist longer. You would accomplish extraordinary things. Now, how do you develop self-confidence? Well, self-confidence comes from the winning feeling. And so how do you get the winning feeling? You win. And how do you win? It's very simple. You complete your tasks. And so the way to develop high levels of self-confidence is to make a list every single day of everything that you have to do and write it down. And then set priorities on the list. And then pick your most important task and do that first. We say do the worst first. Do the task that you're most likely to procrastinate on. And when you complete that task, you actually feel like you've crossed a finish line. You feel like a winner. And then all through the day, what you do is you keep working and completing your tasks one after another. And it keeps giving you that winning feeling that raises your self-confidence, makes you more positive, makes you more genial, makes you more attractive to others.
When you feel like giving up, don't. When you thinking about giving up, don't. When it look like you ain't gonna make it, keep going. When they tell you you can't, come on, man, who are they? When they tell you to put all your stuff back on your desk, don't do that, man. Don't do that. When they tell you you're not funny, you're not gonna make it, don't believe them. You got to be relentless.
If you wanna give up, you can give up. This is your choice. You can do whatever you want. A lot of people ask me, you proud of something? I'm very proud of. I never give up. Your time's gonna come, but you cannot give up.
Hey, the beautiful thing about mistakes is it's okay for people to see you make a mistake. Just don't never let them see you quit. Ooh. You gonna watch me make mistakes, but you ain't gonna never watch me quit.
Go after your dreams. Go after it. I never compromised that. I never allowed anybody to tell me what I was capable of accomplishing. I never let anybody tell me that I can't do. Right? I went after it. I put all my eggs in one basket, and hopefully they have that same mentality. If you want to accomplish something or, do something that a lot of people think is difficult to accomplish, you have to put all your eggs in one basket, and there's no compromise with that.
There's no one on this planet that can stop me.
I'm unbeatable. I can't be beat.
I'm the best, and I know I'm the best.
I will do anything to win, and I will not stop until I win.
But I'm the best ever. No one can stop me. I will not stop. I will not be defeated.
Because I want to be great. I want to be one of the greats.
Keep going until it works. Don't ever give up on something you really want. Yeah, it's hard to wait. It's hard to be patient and let life take its course. But you know what's harder? Living with regret.
See, look, one thing I want you to promise me is that no matter how long it takes, keep going. No matter how much it hurts, keep going. See, you was placed on this earth for a reason. You weren't meant to be average. You were meant to excel. You gotta understand that this grind is meant to make you who you're supposed to be. A dog. A little grind ain't never hurt nobody. Stop being soft. Let's embrace it. If you go through that fire, you're gonna come out real cold. That's what we want. Anything you want, you can get, period. And you gotta wake up and tell yourself that every single day. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself what you really want. You're the one. And when you realize that, boy, I'm just telling you, you're gonna be very powerful. Because you can control what you can control. The world is in your hands. And we're just waiting to see what you're gonna do with it.
So stay focused and stick to the script. You got this.
It takes power. It takes effort. It takes discipline to break the old you, to break those habits, to break free of the chains that have been holding you back. That's where it takes the most effort. And then once you climb up and you start to get altitude, you start to get elevation, gravity becomes weaker. Your old, weaker self doesn't have the same influence that it had. But that hardest part of changing is breaking that gravitational force in the beginning, the stationary inertia of habit that's been controlling you for 7, 10, 15 years. Leave your weak old self behind and go get after it.
This is one of the most mind-blowing concepts I've ever discovered. The primary difference between people who succeeded at a very high level, people who live mediocre lives, people who succeed focus on intention and ignore distraction. People who fail and struggle and live mediocrely, those people, they focus on distraction and ignore intention. Winners quit being distracted. What is distracted? Anything that you give attention and intention to that does not move the needle in your favor. Kobe Bryant became Kobe Bryant because he focused on intention and ignored distraction. Michael Jordan, same thing. Tiger Woods, same thing. Doesn't matter. People who elevate to that level. Elon Musk focuses on intention and ignores distraction. You can literally set yourself apart from the majority of human beings alive on the earth if you will just focus on intention and ignore distraction.
You cannot let your fear hold you back from your destiny. You have to feel the fear and do it anyway. Do it broke, do it scared, do it nervous, do it trembling, do it on your knees, do it with help, do it on crutches, do it in a wheelchair, because you don't want to end up in a nursing home sitting on a bedpan wondering what would have happened if you'd only had more courage. You don't want to end up in an old folks home and your dying thought is, I wish I had her. Because the one thing that you will never get is more time. So you don't have time to allow your fear to incarcerate you when you have the key. Reach around there, unlock the door, and step into your destiny.
Many dreams die while suffering. Don't be one of those people whose dreams die while you're suffering. You want to be that one motherfucker that every day, whether it's raining, snowing, sleeting, you lost every dime, your mom died, your dad died. You come and you bring the energy that it takes to make a team function at the highest level every day. And that's the person you want to be every day of your life. You must win every second. You must be in control of your life every second of your life, or you will lose. Never forget your goals. Many dreams die while suffering. Don't be one of those people whose dreams die while you're suffering. Learn to manage your mind.
So guys, if you have a dream and you have a goal in life that you want to accomplish, I can tell you, hard work, dedication, determination. Take small steps, and sooner or later, they will continue to grow and grow and grow into bigger accomplishments. Believe in yourself, stay strong, stay focused. No matter what, the bad times don't last forever. If someone tells you you can't, you prove to them that you can. If someone fires you from a job, when one door closes, another door opens. Don't try to be like anyone else. Live your dreams, live your thoughts, and live your ideas to the fullest. And always believe that no matter what happens in your life, it's for a greater purpose. Always listen to your heart, okay? Listen to your heart and believe in who you are as a person. Stay strong, stay focused, never quit, never give up. The bad times don't last forever. And another thing, guys, as long as you believe, you will achieve.
Walt Disney filed bankruptcy 7 times and he had 2 nervous breakdowns. Oh, he was bent, but he wasn't broken. No, he kept creating. Someone stole his first cartoon that had great promise. And someone stole it. Somebody on his team stole it from him. His heart was broken. But he didn't stay there, being angry and bitter and talking about it. He created Mickey Mouse. Had that person not stole his first cartoon, Mickey Mouse would not have been born. Many times when one door closes, another door opens, but we spend time looking at and talking about the closed door. We don't see the open door.
Following your dreams is a lonely, solitary, scary, dangerous pursuit. You can't wait for somebody to think you can do it, because they don't think you can do nothing they can't do. And as much as you want to be able to listen a little bit, because somebody's going to give you a gem, but nobody knows but you. You can't get advice on what you should do with your life, right? Nobody knows what you are.
even sometimes you don't really even know what you are. You got to take your shot. And it's like, as much as you want people to agree and you want the people around you to be supporting your dreams and all, it's not going to be like that all the time. You got to do it alone. And people will help you, and when you get the ball rolling, people will jump on. But if you don't believe, nobody else is going to believe. People come along because your belief is so insane, that your belief is so strong, that makes people be like, yo, this crazy asshole. He might have something. And you got to be willing to risk everything to become that seed of what you believe is in there. You got to be fearless. You got to be relentless.